Did you know that April is Lyme Disease Prevention Month? Let's talk a little bit about Lyme disease and how it affects our dogs. So Lyme disease is a bacterial infection and it is transmitted into both humans and dogs from a tick bite. Lyme disease can become very severe or even life-threatening. So let's talk about some of the symptoms that you can look out for. So your first symptom is a fever. You'll most likely notice loss of appetite or reduced energy first. I personally, when my Chihuahua had gotten Lyme disease, I had noticed it when she had some lameness here. So she just wouldn't walk and she just kept dropping her bum to the floor. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see any swelling joints, but any of that generalized discomfort or lameness in your dog. Of course, if you suspect that your dog may be infected with Lyme disease, you want to contact your veterinarian right away and schedule an appointment. The professionals can then assess your dog's history, any physical signs, and then do any diagnostic tests that they need to do. It's typically a blood test that they do there at the hospital, and it comes back pretty quickly. Once they confirm that your dog is infected with Lyme disease or is showing the antibodies in the test, they will treat for at least a month, as you'll see here with antibiotics. Once you complete the treatment, don't be alarmed that each year after when you're getting tested at your annual visit, it will show a positive for Lyme for a while. Those antibodies are still going to hang out in there after treatment. And now you're not going to get the Lyme disease from your dog. Your dog's not going to give it to you, but that tick could possibly fall off of your dog or jump on you, or your dog could bring in another tick that's infected, and that's how you could get infected. Now that you know what to look out for, let's talk about preventing it in the first place. So number 1, inspect your dog daily. Check in between the toes, those paw pads, behind the ears, the neck, chest, armpits. They like to hide. Then you're going to want to remove the tick properly once you find it. A lot of people will just pull it off. That will leave the head in there, and then that can cause another infection. So they have little tools that you could go to the pet store and buy. I'm sure your veterinarian office would carry some as well to remove the ticks properly, so we can get everything out of there. Be sure that you're using a flea and tick preventative each month that your vet approves of. A good rule of thumb is to always keep your grass trimmed nice and short. Also, if you live in an area where you get like lots of trees and you're raking piles of leaves, they love to hang out in those piles of leaves. And you can also get your dog vaccinated against Lyme disease. So if you contact your vet, you can talk to them and see if it's an appropriate vaccine for your dog. Now, you may live in an area where Lyme disease isn't a huge concern, but just know Lyme disease has been reported in all 50 states, but 95% of those cases are, in the Northeast, the Upper Midwest, and Pacific Coast regions. Definitely where we are, we got a lot of them. If you guys want to read this blog for yourself, go ahead and click the link in our bio. We have a bunch of articles on there, different blogs for you to learn, so go check it out.